Now commerce can be divided into two parts, that is the trade and the auxiliaries to trade, auxiliaries or aids to trade. So trade can be divided into two parts, that is the internal trade and the external trade. So internal trade is, that is the domestic trade which is happening within the boundaries of the country, it's not going outside the country. And for example there are two, that is the wholesale trade and that is the retail trade. Like wholesale trade is consists of the buying in large quantities from the producer and selling in small quantities to the retailer, and it like serves as a connecting link between the manufacturers and the retailers. And in retail trade, like it involves the buying the and selling of the goods in small quantities, and the retailers is buying from the wholesaler and they finally sell it to the final consumer. So like it creates like a retail trade, like it involves a connection between the product and with the finally with the final consumer. And if we see about the external trade is that where there is no boundaries in the countries, like it goes outside the country. It can be also termed as the foreign trade or the international trade. So here we can see that the export trade is there. Like export trade, we know that like exporting, like selling the goods to the other countries, like to the places, to selling one product to the place outside my own country, that is export. And import means like importing things, like we purchase like goods from the foreign countries, like a product which is not produced in our country, we purchase it from the foreign countries and sell it over here, that is known as the import trade. And then we have the entry port trade, or that is the re-export trade. Like it is when a goods are imported in other words, like when goods are imported from one country and the same are exported to the other countries. Like we are importing goods from America and we are not selling it in our country, we are again exporting it to London. So this is known as the entry port trade. Now we come to the like auxiliaries to the trade. So auxiliaries to the trade, like first thing we have, that is a it is basically in the course of the exchange of the goods and services, like various problems are there, like various hindrance we have, what we are discussing, the various hindrance are comes to the place. So this sector, their main job is to like remove with all the difficulties and to overcome with all the difficulties. And there are various like agencies which usually work with these aids of the trade. So the usually it aids with the like the transportation and the communication to hindrance of the to remove the hindrance of the places. They work with the warehousing, that is to remove the hindrance of the time. They work with the banking and finances, that is to obviously to remove the hindrance in the finance part. They work with the insurance company, that is to remove the hindrance of the risk. And finally the advertising and the publicity, that is to remove the hindrance of the knowledge, so that people can know like more and more about those things. We will discuss the details of this in the upcoming videos. So that's all about the classification of the commerce.